66% are saying, yeah, he is undroppable right now. At the start of the season, if we did that poll, Tim, how much would it have surprised you if to think that it's going to be 66% saying yes at the start of the season when you're talking about all the number 10s that England have got?
Yeah, it'd have been complete reverse, in my opinion. I still think he's a good player. I think he stepped up the levels throughout his career. You know, he was at Lincoln, wasn't he? And then he went to Middlesbrough. I was with Michael Carrick yesterday and he spoke very highly of him. And then he's come to Aston Villa. He's at a huge football club and he's really embraced it because he hasn't had it all his own way. Sometimes he's had a dip in form, but like I said, he's played himself through it. And he's played for England and Thomas Tuchel loves him. I think he picks up positions on a pitch where are unmarkable. He knows why he's moving to the left-hand side, why he drifts to the 10, when he needs to stand still. I think it's a key component of his game. And at times, and this is the biggest compliment I can make him, I've seen him, he had a dribble against Arsenal at home and he looked like Paul Gascoigne. You know, and that is a massive compliment to anyone. He had the
Probably
audacity,
the highest praise you can have.
The audacity to take people on in the areas, just saying, you know what, I don't care if I give this away. He does not play safe. He doesn't play safe because he's scared to do things. He tries it, and he's got that audacity to go past people, and he goes right to the heart of the defence, and he commits people, and sometimes he lays it off, sometimes he gets his shot off like he did a couple of times yesterday. He's having the best season of his life. And I don't think this is a flash in the pan. I think he's genuinely here to stay, this boy, and I think he'll play for England in the summer.
Right, well, let's have a look at the four probably main contenders to play number 10 for England. It's actually Jude Bellingham who's got the best minutes per goal involvement since the start of last season. Rodgers there is third. Now, for anyone who wasn't watching last week when you were on, Tim, you thought that maybe Tuchel might see Bellingham not as a 10, didn't you? You said that
I think he sees him as a 9.
And funny enough, Jay Bothroyd says he sees him as an 8. So I suppose that would potentially take him out of there. You've talked about how Cole Palmer was Tuchel's second best player in Europe last year. And then you've got Phil Foden as well, which kind of, looking at that, you could maybe say it's between Palmer and Rodgers. Is there a chance that Rodgers ends up being shunted off to the left wing?
I mean, he can operate there, but we've done that before, haven't we? That's our problem before. We've had a luxury of players all playing the same position. Paul Scholes on the left-hand side. I mean, what a tragedy that was. You know, when you've got Gerrard and Lampard and you're trying to fit them all into the system. I'll caveat what I said about Jude Bellingham. He only plays 9 if Harry Kane's not there. Harry Kane's their number 9. I think Jude can play in that area. You know, he can come deep. I think he's a goal threat. He anticipates chances in the box. He's good in the air. And also, when you look at his goal involvements per minute, let's not forget he's playing for Real Madrid in Spain. The other boys are playing in the toughest league, the most competitive league in the world, which is... And they're playing for different sides, but they're playing in the Premier League. You know, it's a lot more difficult environment than playing for Real... I know he's playing for Real Madrid as biggest, and there's a lot of pressure to play for Real Madrid. But you've got half a chance when you're playing with the best players in the world in an inferior league when most of the teams... There's probably only 6 games a season for that Real Madrid side.